Good morning. I seem to do this quite often. It's just gone 1 a.m. here on Friday morning now. The 3rd of July. After heavy rain we had, and now a beautiful starlit outside. I can't see the stars very well. It's too much street lighting. Where I lived once, I had 2 properties, in fact, in France. Around about the years 1998 to 2001, those 3 winters. -15, -20, so more Russian weather. Snow, 3 feet of laying snow and so on. And there was no street lighting, and you could just see the Milky Way. Beautiful. You know, in our galaxy. You could see that shower of stars. I used to have my German Shepherd dogs. I'd wake up. I see you can chop wood. I'm most delighted to find. So I had these 2 properties, and of course, with that sort of weather, you need good fires. So it was in what's called the Auvergne, Massif Central. Je parle français alors. J'ai vécu en France et bon, je parle français. Not Russian, I'm afraid. And I'd get up, wake up, my spirit would be restless or whatever. Actually, I think I just like this time of day when the world is abed, and somehow I feel better. Light my fire, walk my dogs. I had 2 beautiful German Shepherd dogs. I'm sure I've sent you a picture of them. That little puppy, that one of the puppy, I'll send that again. And the house behind was my house, and I had a view up the mountain. So no stream, although they had a sort of trickle water down the mountain. You could wash in the summer outside in the like a great big stone. So it was a peasant's house. You know, it had a sort of barn part to it with storage for hay, and you know, I learned how to on fauche avec la faux. So I see you say you scythe as well. So that's cutting grass or the crops or whatever with a scythe, and you have a stone to sharpen it. And the contrast in the summer was in the 30s, and there's something called transhumance. So you take your animals up onto the tops, and they eat this beautiful, beautiful wild herbage, flowers and grass and everything. And it's free, which pleases the farmers, of course. You have rights to areas, and I don't know. And you've got to go and check on them and so on. But I really enjoyed that time. I was alone, as usual, really, with my beautiful dogs. And these wonderful, wonderful fires I could light. It's a yard long, so a great big wood. I had 2 properties. I tried to create mon atelier chrétien, a Christian workshop, if you like. So a place that could welcome people. It had facilities, and I was developing that. So I had my own home and this other big Auvergnian property in this tiny, tiny village. In the winter, maybe 10 residents, permanent. So I have happy memories there. With my dogs, loved the snow, especially the last German Shepherd was Mademoiselle Eleanor, the little one. Mr. Jock, and he was from Scotland. And then he had a companion, little Miss Ellie. Mademoiselle Eleanor, she was naughty. I feel that a bit about your name. It's Sasha when all is well. And Alexandra. Yes, anyway. It's a beautiful name, though. It's a lovely name, Alexandra, actually. It's musical. It's the same for Eleanor. I love that name, Eleanor. It's musical. I'm musical. I sing. So, I'm just here in England. I'm very restless here. I've just got such strong feelings that I'm not at home in this England. I'm a white African, so by birth I'm born in Cape Town, South Africa. My father was long family from England. My mother's people were Scots, so I'm British by blood, and I'm a Christian by choice, but it's even not a choice, really. I think He chooses us all, but I know I'm chosen for something. It's very important, this. And will you join me in my walk, my daily walk with God? That's the thing, isn't it? Anyway, that was some time ago. I had more money then. Money is not the solution. Love is the solution. You say your mother's name is Lubov. Love. It's that secret ingredient to life. I love music, so I've just listened to a beautiful aria from Handel's Messiah. I know that my Redeemer liveth. Sung by a mezzo-soprano, of course, a woman. It's not a male aria. It's the secret ingredient that makes for everything. Money's nothing. You have these oligarchs in Russia, hugely wealthy in such a short time. Well, they must be crooks, basically. Putin, definitely part of it. They've been trying to investigate him. He's got, apparently, all sorts of money hidden away somewhere, which they can't prove or something. I don't know. I really don't like him at all. It's not... anyway. Whereas, you see, with love in one's heart, love conquers everything. Christ's promise to us is this joyous, beauteous state of eternal life in Him after we're dead. This life of ours is just a short, they say, 70 years. Score is 20, so that's 320, 60 plus 10, so 70 years is the sort of allotted span of a human being. And the average age now in Britain for men and women is, I think, 79 or 81 or 2 or something. For women, live longer overall. I'm afraid I think it's a lot less in Russia. I think particularly the men don't drink, don't they? I'm afraid. Yeah. Your story about your father does trouble me. I don't know if your mother had any other companion at all, or does for that matter, because she can't be so old. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be older than her, quite frankly. Anyway, so I like the fact that you can chop wood. I'll put you to work. I may have a place like that again with proper fires, and that's what I would love to have. And it would come through philanthropy. Some person with the money would entrust it to me. It would be in trust. I couldn't spend the money. I mean, I couldn't sell it and run away or something. I mean, it just doesn't interest me. That's what I feel might happen one day. God will just arrange it, basically. I'll meet someone and they'll recognize that I am genuine, that I am a Christian, and it'll just happen. That is what I think on that subject. And in the meantime, I just get on with my little life. I don't do much. I can make a film like this, which I believe, there are lots of my films, and I've been very creative with this coronavirus because I felt God is saying to the world, aha, I can close this whole world down in 3 months or whatever. So I've been very creative through this period, the last 3-4 months. In fact, altogether in this place where I am, I've been here 8 months. I've made a lot of films. There are times when I haven't made a single film in a whole year, if not longer. Well, I've just felt too sad or something. So that's good, I suppose. But I can do it in, the time it takes to make the film and the time it takes to upload it. Well, in a sense, that's the whole of my day's work done, just boof, in half an hour or something. And then I have to find things to do during the day, which I do. So I'm used to just managing my own time in my own way. I can do what I do anywhere in the world. We don't have to live, we could live anywhere. You ought to have your own life with your qualifications and so on. Your own money and all of that. So you're independent. And it is then your choice to be with me because you want to be with me. That's it. It could be anywhere in the world. It could be Russia. I'm not so keen, actually. I'm awfully sorry. I just don't trust the Russian state, basically. I am liable to be, as a Christian, very contentious to the authorities, and I don't think they would take kindly. Well, I'd say what I think of Putin for a start, which I can do in England without much concern that there'd be any trouble, whereas I'm pretty sure if I started being the Kasparov, the chess player, the world chess player, has gone into politics, and I'm pretty sure he's had trouble relating that. And of course, the Gulag, Solzhenitsyn, and all of that. I'm sure you know much more about it than I do. Whereas England, in spite of my misgivings about her, is still essentially a Western democracy with checks and balances and the rule of law and a police force by and large not corrupt and so on and so forth. So there are these major advantages to living in the West. A lot of people seem to go to Switzerland for some reason. Gifted people. Lord Yehudi Menuhin, the violin virtuoso, I'm sure had a place in Switzerland. He was given it's called a Guarneri, a violin, a very famous one, worth an awful lot of money, and he sold it, I believe, and bought this property in Switzerland with the proceeds. But I mean, he was very, very gifted. He was probably the best violin player in the whole world at the age of 17 or something. Right, so there we are. I think that's long enough. I do hope you get these one day. You really ought to have one of these devices. I don't quite understand why you haven't, just bought another one yourself. You must have some money. So that I do find that a little puzzling. Perhaps you don't feel the need for one. Right, I think that's enough of me. I shall potter now, and then I'll hopefully get some sleep. And I'm actually generally up quite early too. But I can always just rest if I want to. If I'm too tired, I just crash out, as one says. So I can pretty much please myself. There we are. I think that's definitely enough of me. Cheerio, dearest one. Cheerio. Cheerio.